All right, everybody, do you hear me well? I'm a little bit small. I'm going to take this a little bit down. So my name is Nelson. For a change, I'm going to do like a Web Monday instead of Webmontag for now. So does anybody here only speak German? Just raise your hand. No? Yes? Okay, well, the thing is, I'm going to throw like one or two like German words from time to time. I don't know, Frankfurt, Brazil, beer. So yeah, let's start actually with the important part. First of all, my name is Nelson. I come from a little country called El Salvador, which is around 10,000 kilometers in this direction. I believe that that's right. I don't know, like somebody made me spin before, so I'm not quite sure. But the thing is, today I'm going to tell you a little bit about the journey that I'm in. So I started a journey to find the meaning of life. I'm sorry, to find the meaning of innovation, correction. So I was asking myself, Nelson, what if there will be a device out there, I don't know, some kind of wearable, for example, a helmet, that you could just put on top of your head, and that could make you, I don't know, like spark, just like be creative, be super, like, just have a super imagination and be what we call like innovative at once. So yeah, let me please show you something. There you go. I hope you like it. Yeah, good thing, yes. You know, that's why I was spinning before, I told you. So, well, they told me to stay around here, you know, next to the light. So I'm going to move back before I get, into trouble. That's the thing about when you do innovation. People tell you, don't do this. And then you do. All right, so here's the thing. Thank you for the applause, but I don't deserve it because this helmet doesn't quite work. I mean, you look different than me, and I look different back at you and the world because you're looking at me like, why does this dude have some sort of like skate helmet with some lights and a spinning thing on top? Is it still spinning? But what this helmet is extremely good at is explaining innovation as a metaphor. Okay, I'm going to hide it now because I know that it's taking your attention away. So wait. I just need to turn it up. I don't know, how often do you have people hiding behind the podium? I don't know. But yeah, so let's actually continue. So I'm telling you, this helmet is a really good metaphor to explain what innovation is. And today, what we want to do is we want to go into a new perspective of what innovation could be, a new definition. So that's why this presentation is called Innovation, a State of Mind. And the important thing right now is that we're going to have a human-centric view of innovation. So that's everything. So we are not going to discuss about innovation as in like what is innovation for a corporate, but innovation as what is an innovation like for you and for you. And for you in the back, like for all of us as individuals. And the first thing is we have this definition. So innovation is a temporary, fragile, and unstable state of mind. And I'm going to get into that soon. And the most important thing about it is that only the people that know how to exploit it, like how to reach this super state today, those are the people that are going to be writing the future of tomorrow. Let's jump into it. I prepared a really beautiful slide here that is missing 3 things that will come now. So the first thing is I said that innovation is fragile. Like this, if I let it drop, I'm not gonna do so, it's quite costly, and when you're a founder, you're gonna be buying things all the time, but yeah, so it's fragile. So let's imagine for a second innovation is really a state of mind, and we all can reach it. Now let's imagine all of us are super innovative at this moment. We have reached this super state. But one person gets a message, and this message is something urgent. I don't know, maybe wife telling you need to come to the hospital, or even worse, the wife writes, who ate the roasted chicken for tonight's dinner? It's like, oh God. So, you know, it just makes, it makes you worried at once and makes you just like break at this moment. And all this like innovative state of mind where you can just like convert things that you have in your head into sketches, visualize everything, just turn images in your head into crafting like real prototypes with your hands. It just vanishes, just gone, like there was nothing happening before. So that's fragile. So even like a stressing moment, maybe a door closing too hard, maybe someone looking in, it just makes it vanish. The second thing is innovation as a state is temporal. So really important here is that it's like a project. You know, it has a start and it has an end. And for some people, this might take some minutes. For other people, it might take hours. Other people are really good at being innovative for a few seconds a day. Yeah, superpower, you know, that's mine. I'm kidding. But the thing is, like, you know, if you reach this state, you should actually use it. And I'm going to show you how in a second. But before that, I just want to show you one more thing. So innovation is an unstable state. We all know that our brains always try to find shortcuts for everything. I mean, our brains are always trying to be super efficient in everything that we do. So that's why, you know, like expertise, if you're always doing the same task again and again and again, you get like really good at doing it, just at converting this like need into, okay, I'm gonna do the task, but with the time it's just like here, from 0 to now, like how much effort is taking is always reducing itself. And at the other time, it's like how much you need to think to complete this task and how much, you know, brain power you put into it. It's always like ever decreasing, while you're getting better at it just by automating the process. So if you're in an innovative state of mind and you can really get into this like creativity and thinking other ways that you never do before, then you're consuming like a lot of energy from your brain. I believe every single one of us have had this day where, you know, where the switch goes on, and you're feeling great, you have a super day, you get this extremely big task, but you solve it in just like a few hours, and you get back home, and then you're like, oh. It's because we are consuming a lot of energy, and we need to, you know, our brain is eventually going to find ways to save it. So that means, you know, innovation as a state is unstable, so it will definitely at some point just vanish again. So fragile, temporary, and unstable. Just keep that in mind. Now the thing is, how do we reach this? How do we actually like become innovative? And there's two different ways. So one, we have it absolute need, and the other one is by stimulus. So I'm going to show you what absolute need looks like. So you have absolute need on the left, bad, you know, and stimulus on the right. Good. Just to be sure, absolute need, stimulus. Let's get a little bit more into it. Absolute need. And now I'm going to explain why we don't want to do this. Like, absolute need is the same as being out in the jungle. You see a jaguar, and the jaguar is looking back at you. It's not a nice look, right? It's more like a mean, I cannot do a mean jaguar, but it will be something like this. Yeah? So in this moment, you get really stressed. Your survival instincts, they turn on. So you need to think faster. You need to think in other ways. You need to find a solution for a problem really quickly. How does it look like the same from the businessy part? Well, it means you will be really stressed. It will definitely not be fun. And there's no guarantee that you will be successful. So in the jungle, absolute need means, okay, you didn't think on time, you didn't find a solution, so you get eaten by the jaguar. In the businessy context, and business is not a word, but I like it. In the businessy context, it means, I don't know, like the company goes bankrupt, or someone gets fired, or something else just like pretty bad. So it's, you know, a race against time, and just waiting for this moment when you are in absolute need is, you know, usually not enough. Therefore, we're trying to learn tonight, how to, you know, like get into this stimulus, And this is going to start the process. So how do we reach this superstate? How do we go from this to this and back? As you heard, you cannot always be like this because you will just basically die of being tired. And I have two things that I need to show you. So these are the requirements. First, you're going to need some pen and paper, or well, okay, I mean Webmontag, so you will need devices. Also Geräte. I said I was going to say some words in German, right? Geräte, Handygeräte. And the second thing is you will need self-awareness, which I have no idea how to say in German, but I'm going to eventually remember it. So something to write on and document, and just knowing yourself. Now we're going to see something. This is called the Spark box. Basically, inside of this box, I'm going to show you some activities that will help you reach, maybe reach like an innovative state of mind. And for example, this could be like here listening to music, or being out in nature, hearing a certain sound or a certain voice, doing sports, eating something tasty, playing with a little ball, driving a car, watching a video, seeing a smile from someone else, or even taking a shower. And so these activities that we're going to put inside of the Spark box are the ones that you need to find for yourself. So I have a little process for it. And just by the way, like little fun fact, like if you will be able to assemble like a Spark box out of these activities, it will be called in IKEA Knisslora. But yeah, I don't know why, it's super useful. Just remember that, or don't. But here, after a lot of time, I came out with this extremely good process, super intensive process with 3 steps. So this is what you need to do to reach this state. First, you try or combine different activities. And you do it again and again and again. And every time that you do this, you are self-aware and ask yourself, does it? Or does it not? If it doesn't, just document. Write it down on your notepad, like on your phone, or write it on some post-its whatsoever. But just write, okay, this pattern didn't work out. And if it does, write it down too, because you have found a way to get into this innovative state of mind. So everything is about finding, the right pattern. That's what everything that you should remember after tonight from this talk is, okay, I need to find my pattern. All right, but still remember that as innovation, as a state of mind, your pattern is also fragile. So, at some point, together with temporary and fragile, at some point, like even if you reach it, something else, another pattern, another external factor, another new variable can just get rid of your innovative state of mind. Second is that it's going to be temporary, so your patterns will keep changing with time. It's only normal, like we change interests, we change hobbies. I keep listening to the same song, Despacito. I didn't say that, but maybe that's the one that activates me. But after so much time, Despacito is not going to take you there anymore. And then okay, and then the third thing is your pattern is going to be unstable too. So your brain knows you are exploiting it at some point. So it's going to try to not be exploited by yourself, even if it actually brings you more good things in life. It doesn't matter. We said innovation is on a really unstable state of mind. So your pattern will evolve. So tonight, find your pattern. Everything that I want to ask you is just to go out and release your inner genius. Thank you very much. My name is Nelson Mejia, and I hope that you enjoyed this presentation. Sorry.
Thank you very much, Nelson.